Alright, welcome viewers. This is tutorial 2 part 2, coding your 2-column layout. As you can see here, I've got my basic essentials, the basic stuff you need for coding, like everything. You'll always need this stuff. Got the doc type, starting your HTML document, your head, title, and your head, and in your head you have this, links you to the external CSS, which styles your document. CSS, I only have the body, which just tells the browser that if there's no font or style specified, to use Verdana 11 pixels. So let's go ahead and get started now. I'm going to start this out with a container, also called a wrapper. Width is going to be 700 pixels. Margin auto. As you can see here, it's purple. Missed the letter, so it wouldn't work. That's what I love about this program. Alright, so let's go ahead and put that ID in here. Alright, so as you can see here, div ID container, and then end the div, and everything is going to go on the inside of this div. Alright, save. And save. So now we're going to do our banner. The background image comes first. Background image URL images / banner.png. The width 700 pixels. Height 100 pixels. Control save. Go ahead and put the banner in now. Div ID equals banner. End div. Save. Let's take a preview real quick. You can see the banner shows. I also forgot to say actually, I think we'll do that later. Alright, so now we're gonna do sides. This is what the entire content and everything is going to go into. Background images, URL, background image, URL images, sides.png. The width is 700 pixels, and we're not going to set a height because we want it to expand for the content. Control save. So now let's go ahead and add in div ID equals sides. We're going to space this out because everything's going to go on the inside of it. The only other div that's not going to go inside of it is the bottom, which I'm just going to throw that in here now. Just so I don't forget it. So within the sides, we now have our bottom, so now this should show up with the sides showing up and everything. I just remembered that if I add that, I can show you that it works, as you can see here. And this is where all of your content's gonna go. Alright. So let's go ahead and put in our... We're gonna do a small container for the left boxes, so we're gonna do left. Width is going to be 170 pixels. Margin left. Whoops. We'll say 10 pixels. And then we're gonna put float left, which I'll teach you what this does. Box top. Alright, so let's go ahead and go place these in here. Make sure we indent so you can read it easily. Alright, so we've got our container. Ends right here, as you can see, it's easy to read. Our banner ends with itself. And then we have our sides, which ends right here. And then we've got our left container that we just did for our side boxes. Box top, I'm just going to go ahead and add in box mid. And box bot. Just so they're already in there and I don't have to worry about putting them in later. With box mid, we're going to toss in some content, just toss that in, preview, that shows up. We'll add a margin top to this. Alright, so now we're down to box mid. Coding really gets to be doing the same thing over and over again, so it's really not that hard. You really get used to it once you learn the CSS. It's really pretty basic. I think you should be able to catch on pretty quickly. I try and explain things, but sometimes it's just I want to get them done so I can show you later. And I messed up. Alright, we'll save that. Now this should work. Oh, I gotta refresh it. Now we've got our side content box. Really rather easy. Just really basic, really. Right now I'm gonna go add a couple more boxes in like we had in the design. You just copy it all. We'll enter twice so you can see the difference. And now we've got 3 of them in there. We'll actually put 2 enters between them. Now we'll save it. And now we've got 3 boxes. And actually, we're going to take margin top out of the left box and put it in box top. That way, whenever we go over here, it spaces these out. Now we're going to go add some padding to a box mid. Three pixels on both sides. Remember, you gotta subtract, so it's gonna be 64, 164, save. Now we'll go preview this again, and as you can see, font pushes over.